all started when I was in 8th grade. Starting new school, starting everything. We had just moved from Carolina all the way to Mississippi. I got really tired of it real quick, but I'd find a way to get used to it. But at my school, it was sketchy. It looked old. And one of the walls to one of the classrooms is gone. But that classroom, no one was ever allowed in. It led out to the cafeteria. I saw a group of boys get in trouble when they went to there. The teacher says, "Do you want to get possessed or what? Do not go in that classroom." The boys started laughing, and then the next day, one of them, named, let's just call him Max. His real name is hard to explain. It's Max Illinois Trey. He was a good kid, but he was found dead. His age, I didn't know him that much. Brown hair, blue eyes, and always a smile on his face, but he was one of the bad kids, I can put it that way. But anyways, I was kind of scared to go in there, but then one night I saw these people dressed in red and white robes going right to that room, and I realized they had brought Max's body. I didn't say anything, I watched, but Max wasn't really dead. He faked it, and he was a sacrifice to make something. And the teachers were even there, and they were doing it with them. The reason they said that, and he didn't want to, but they said it'd either be him or his little brother. His little brother was about 4. He didn't want his brother to go through this. And he had lived a good life, he had said. And I saw them. They started grabbing knives and spoons. I didn't know what they were going to do to him, but whatever they were trying to do was going to probably kill him. They started taking off the skin of his fingers and his toes. Didn't know what they're doing, but then they took the nails off of him and put like this weird ink into his skin. They injected it into his eyes where his eyes were all black. He didn't know that it would be that bad. But it only got started. I tried not to watch. My heart felt like I was gonna die. It was like exploding in fear. I wasn't brave enough to see this.
Yay! Yay!
That's when the worst could happen. They saw me. The teachers ran to me. I ran as fast as I could to run into a wall and fall to the ground. My arms get taken back, not being able to know what to do, no control over. But then I woke up. I thought it all a dream, but the next day the teachers kept eyeing me and saying they wanted to talk to me after school. And I explained to them about the death of Max. They told me he's in his grave now. He was buried yesterday. Walk. I don't think it was a dream. I said to myself in class. I told him why I left. who's in the same grade as me from the camping trip. She said, well, I don't think there's anything wrong. I mean, the teachers, they wouldn't be hiding anything about his death. As soon as they said that, they eyed her, and I saw one give money to another. I did not really like that, and I said, Lila, are you okay? Lila grabbed me and shoved me to a wall, and the teacher smiled. There was only 2 teachers in my class. Then the other teacher grabbed me and Lila, you know you're not gonna be able to spend that money, right? It's more like you never would have, as I was being taken. It was already about 3 when this happened. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. Just waiting in the principal's office, and the next thing I see, all the teachers that I saw much on their ears. They all smiled at me, and then I saw the people with the red and white robes get closer to me, and get closer. I was screaming, saying, I'm Christian. God will help us. God will help me. And that's when I thought it was all over. They stopped. And they said, God is real. But so are we. They grabbed me. And I said, you'll regret this. I screamed at their faces. They were disgracious. I hated it. I hated being treated the way I was. But they didn't care. They dragged me to that very room. What's so special about this room anyways? It's not just this room. So I had one in the white. There was only one in the white robe. And he was the headmaster of it. He was our principal too. You were nice to me. Remember I bought you that coffee? The coffee that I didn't drink. The coffee that I gave to your boyfriend that had poison. As soon as he said that, I broke into tears. I don't understand what he had done. 8 of our students have passed away this year. I've already known that for a long time. I was too scared to go to school, too hooked to that. I couldn't do it. And they said if I don't meet him after school tomorrow, the worst would come to me. And they said they had put a spell over me. So if I didn't, I'd die. I was too scared. I couldn't breathe at that point. I felt helpless. I didn't believe in spells, but I didn't tell anyone. Either way, they could still hurt me, I thought. I returned to school that day after, and both of the teachers that were in my class had swapped out. I thought that was weird, but I was happy. There were subs because they couldn't make it. And I said, I know why they can't make it. I said in the weirdest accent I could to actually get attention. But she didn't accept. Because she had an accent, and I thought I could get to that accent. She'd actually answer. She's only answered the British kids. And I'm not one of them. She laughed and smiled. You're just a new one, aren't you? Most of the kids looked at me like I was crazy and stupid. The 2 British kids laughed like this. Alright, you don't know anything. But for me in English, that hurt. I slowly stepped closer and closer to the teacher's lounge after school to see not the subs, but to see my ordinary teachers. It looked like they had spent so much time putting their robes together. And that's when I realized they had brought even more supplies than they did to Max. And Max wasn't a sacrifice. Oh, they just wanted me. Max said they had been studying me all this long time. I didn't believe them. I said, you're one of them too, they're tricking you. He said, I'm sorry, but they want you because they say that you have better blood that doesn't match ordinary, blood that is of ordinary. And that's when I grabbed, and I felt weaker and weaker until I collapsed. And I saw Max put on one of those little gas masks that only covers their mouth and nose. They're all wearing, and then with their red robes, and the only one with the white. I hated it. I really did. But instead, I like to be high tech, and I had to find a way out. I only had about 5 minutes before they started. They always started saying weird words like, I don't know, like Yishino Karaska and all those. It scared me. I told them, can I leave now? Can I leave now? Being the annoying person I am. Then they started taking off the skin to test the blood. I said, why can't you just do an ordinary blood test? They say they're no ordinary. They're special. They started peeling the skin off my whole hands and feet to my fingertips and to my toes. I was hurt. I couldn't do it anymore, I told them. They didn't listen. They just laughed and called me stupid, hopeless, and all this nonsense. I didn't accept to be cold. And that's when Max said he was sorry for all what he just did. I didn't say anything to Max. Probably never would in my life. I had to hurry and get out. And they started opening my mouth and taking out the back of my teeth to replace it with, I was like, icky ink like I saw earlier. The ink drooled out of my mouth only on my sides. Some of it was red turning into black because of the blood. They were laughing and I was crying out in pain to stop. What they were doing was wrong. I was scared to death, knowing that I'd probably die. But I would be somewhere better. But then they took me and said, she's not the one. It was Lila all along. She was paid to get me because she said, no, you got mixed up. She looks so much like me. And that's when they said, Lila. I screamed for them to stop. They put the skin back on my hand, thinking it would just go back like glue. But it doesn't do that way. It doesn't. And never will. She got closer and closer to me, saying that I killed her. And I got scared when she said that. And I said, that's not true. I did not kill you. I saw her almost being taken away. I had to hide. When she finally caught up, she started punching me in the gut, saying how stupid I was. Saying that I'd never be forgiven all my life. I said I didn't mean for any of this. She said, what do you mean? You did all of this just to torture us. Us. When she said us, I didn't know what she meant. Us. And that's when it happened to her. Lila went missing for about weeks and weeks. As days went on, the scared I grew, and the more scared I went to talk. I told my parents, they didn't believe me. I had to show proof. So one day I came back to the school with my parents, and I showed them. And I showed them my hands and my feet. They were going back together, but they were scarred. They asked if they did that to me, and I said they hurt me. And Mom started crying, saying I didn't deserve any of it, and that they should be sued. They all went to jail, but Lila, she was found hanging from a tree. And that tree was a cursed tree, everyone would say. Every teacher in our school was fired and taken to jail. Guys, I hope you liked that video, and I guess see you guys next time.